Thank you very much for the another time that we have with you discussing the issue that pertains to the management and leadership, particularly in macro and small enterprises. Now, of course, what really does it mean when you say leadership? Leadership means the ability to influence someone to act without any compassion, without any force. Leadership also means the ability to nurture, the ability to make sure that someone will grow to his or her own potential in life. Of course, is an ability to influence, to lead, to show the way, all right? To influence someone to act voluntarily, to give, to produce a good and competent experience, to give, of course, to give something that comes from him or her without any force, without any force measure that you may be want to apply. That's a leadership in action. That's a management in action. Now look, some people are saying, most of people, of course, are getting online coaching. Most of people are getting online mentorship. Most of people, particularly business owner, are getting face-to-face coaching. Now, why most of people now fails? Why most of macro and small business, after few days or few months or few years, you find them out of market? Why this is happening? Of course, today I wanna discuss with you some issues that I believe are the main sources of this failure. First of all, let me say one is a poor recruitment of the workers. Yes, I understand you may not have an ability to recruit many workers. You may have 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 people. Yes, that will be assisting your small factory that you may be running. But look, if you fail to get a light person to come to touch and to operate your machine, your business completely will fail, I am assure you. Now, the poor recruitment, of course, emanates from the fact that most of the business owner fail to recognize that the people are into their workplace are knowledge reservoir, a skill reservoir, a talent reservoir. So if you fail to get a light person, to get a competent person, to come and to touch it to operate your machine, definitely your business will run out. Now, what does it mean? Make sure that your money goes to a person who will add value to what you are doing as a manager. Number 2 is an attitude that I don't actually like. Most of the people, most of owner of the business, they used to speak a bad thing to what they are doing. You know, they may speak in front of customers, they may speak this in front of suppliers, they use it also to speak into the public. Look, they may say, my business now is like we operate at the losses, the expenses up now, the cost of running my company, the cost of running my restaurants, the cost of running my IT business is up now, telling even the customers. And who is talking is a manager or is a leader of that particular organization or of that particular small factory or that particular small business, saying to the stakeholder like that one, that kills completely the morale for other people to associate with you. As far as I know, there is no person who is ready to associate with a person who is a failure. Number 3 is an ability of the managers and leaders not to acquire a new knowledge, not to borrow a new techniques, not to borrow a new skill from someone outside of their businesses. The inability of not looking of how other people are doing out there, inability of not even taking time to study how other industry out there are doing. That an ability of not getting a new idea, of course, will put you out of the competitive edge, and definitely your business will fail, your product will fail into the market. Of course, the third one that I believe and should take in consideration is an ability of the managers and leaders not to recognize their internal capability, their internal capacity that they have. And the other, they may even be tempted to go out and to solicit some people to come to work for them. Why they have the workers who can work under that capacity? What do I mean? Like I said before, the workers that you have are knowledge reservoirs. The people that assist you, your workers, your employer, are knowledge reservoirs. Make sure that you utilize them at the maximum. Appreciate their work. Teach them, show them, educate them, put them into training, give them the skill. Call people to come to give them the skill and to make sure that they are aware of what is happening in terms of knowledge. But also the underutilization of the machines that you may have and assets, and the other assets, of course, that you may have. For instance, you may have the cell phone, you may have the machines, you may have the computer. But how far do you use their full capacity to make sure that they elevate your activity, they elevate your competitive edge? How do you use them? Do you go outside and buy or invite other person who, of course, is going to be paid and take the money out and be able to come to complement of what should be done by your machines? So the underutilization of the asset that we have into the business, the internal capacity underutilization, put out the business, put out various business that I know. Now, the other thing that you have to be aware of course, is stealing of money from the business. Most of the business, particularly the small one and the macro businesses, are out of the business simply because the money from the business have been taken out without any percent of the board members. When I say board members, I mean family members. I mean the stakeholders who are there. So you have to make sure that any cent that going out of the business are creating the mileage for your business. So manager, don't stay there as the one who has the mandate without an unquestionable mandate. You own the exclusive mandate of taking the money without any consent of other people into your business. That completely kills the business. Can I say that, when the larger companies are giving out the money for sponsoring some event, of course, they make sure that they are creating the mileage to that event. How far have you been taking the money out of your business and be able to create the mileage? How far have you been taking the money out of your business and be able to position their brand into the people who will be on that particular event? Those are things that these are things that I believe you have to be aware of, of course, to make sure that your business is completely secured. Look, the other thing as I complete is that it's a philosophy that I may say, the leadership infertility, inability of not be able to conceive the new idea, to conceive a new tactics as a leader, not as a workers. The ability of not be visionary, looking how far do you want to reach, how rich do you want to reach as a business owner. The other thing that I believe, if you are not aware of it, or that you are not even not be able to influence other people to follow you. If you normally the people will be able to follow, the follower will be able to follow the leader who is visionary, who will pave the right way. Now, if you are not going to conceive a new idea, have to be visionaries, of course, your business will be out of the market. Now, last but not least, look, is a lack of the regulations and rules that guides your businesses internally. How do you communicate with your employee? How many meetings do you arrange? How many workers do you have, and how do they relate to each other? Do they have the spirit to cope that emanate from the rules that you have established internally? How do they enter? What are the time to enter into the working place? What is the time to go out of the working place? All right? Those are the things that you have to take into consideration from the macro level, from the small level of your operation. That I believe, if you're going to impress them, if you're going to put them into action, this will increase the ability of building the muscles of competition into the market. And actually, you are going to be the one who will be now starting to see competing, going into the competitive edge into the market. Thank you very much for you taking your time listening to me. And I beg you to come back to listen to me, as I will be discussing the production. How should we produce our product in a proper manner that our product not be remain into the shelf for some years while the other product are bought in the store. Thank you very much for taking